What if two of the greatest civilizations in human history, two empires separated by deserts, mountains, and 7,000 kilometers, two worlds that barely knew each other, actually joined hands? What if the Roman Empire and Han China, the West and the East, formed an alliance strong enough to reshape the planet? Would they create the first global superpower? Would history itself become unrecognizable? Today, we explore the ultimate alternate history. Rome and China existed at the same time. Julius Caesar, Augustus, Nero, all lived while powerful emperors ruled the Han Dynasty. But these two civilizations never formed an alliance. Their contact was limited, scattered, and shaped by rumors. But imagine if they discovered each other early, not as rivals, but as allies. Imagine emissaries crossing the Silk Road with imperial seals. Imagine Roman and Chinese scholars debating philosophy. Imagine two armies coordinating across continents. This is not just a political alliance. It is a rewrite of the entire ancient world. Rome had nearly 70 million people. China, over 60 million. Together, they represented almost half of humanity during the ancient world. Rome dominated the Mediterranean. China dominated East Asia. Both had massive bureaucracies, standing armies, advanced engineering, and a hunger to expand. But they were also remarkably complementary. Rome excelled in heavy infantry, law, architecture. China excelled in cavalry, bureaucracy, and mass production of weapons. Rome needed silk, luxury goods, and stable trade routes. China needed horses, metals, and strong distant allies. This was a partnership that made perfect sense, yet never happened. There were moments, tiny historical windows, where the alliance almost happened. Moment 1. Roman envoy in 166 CE. A Roman delegation reached China, recorded in Chinese history as people from De Qin, but they were traders, not official envoys. Moment 2. Parthian interference. The Parthian Empire sat between Rome and China, and deliberately blocked their contact to protect trade profits. Moment 3. The Silk Road boom. Trade caravans could have carried political alliances, if either side pushed harder. In our alternate timeline, Rome sends an official embassy earlier, during Emperor Augustus or Emperor Wu of Han. This is where the alliance begins. Here's the agreement. 1. Mutual Defense Pact. Rome defends the West. China defends the East. Together they crush common enemies. 2. Trade Guarantees. China gives Rome silk, salt, spices, gunpowder prototypes, paper. Rome gives China steel, horses, shipbuilding knowledge, glasswork. 3. Diplomat exchange. Permanent embassies in Chang'an and Rome. For military coordination. Joint strategies against nomadic confederations and Middle Eastern empires. This becomes the world's first superpower alliance. Together, their armies would be unstoppable. Roman strengths. Heavy infantry formations. Advanced siege engineering. Standardized military discipline. Chinese strengths. Rapid cavalry. Early crossbow massfire. Large-scale logistics. Combined they form the world's first truly hybrid military. New Roman-Chinese weapons. Crossbow-equipped Roman auxilia. Chinese cavalry with Roman armor. Hybrid siege engines combining Roman firepower with Chinese torsion tech. Threats they could destroy instantly. Parthian Empire. Xiongnu confederations. Later nomadic invasions like the Huns. Rome no longer falls in the 5th century. China stabilizes its northern borders forever. The alliance unleashes a technological explosion. China gives Rome paper literacy boom, silk elite trade control, seismograph early science, iron production techniques. Rome gives China concrete engineering, advanced maritime shipbuilding, Roman law bureaucratic reforms, glass-blowing luxury market, roads and city planning. Culturally, the world blends. Latin words enter Chinese vocabulary. Chinese philosophy enters Roman universities. Buddhism travels easily to the west. Roman Christianity may spread east earlier. This becomes a proto-global civilization. The alliance alters nearly every major war. 1. Parthians defeated early. A two-front assault ends the Parthian Empire within years. 2. The Silk Road unified. Bandits disappear. Trade becomes safe. Wealth skyrockets. 3. Huns never reach Europe. Chinese military pressure destroys them before they migrate west. 4. Rome never falls in 476 CE. Because the Huns never destabilize Europe. 5. China avoids centuries of nomadic wars. With Roman military coordination, northern invasions collapse. The world enters a long era of stability, which accelerates science and trade. With enemies gone and borders safe, Rome and China begin dominating the world economy. They control the Silk Road, the Indian Ocean, Central Asia, Middle Eastern trade, East-West cultural exchange. By 300 CE, the alliance indirectly governs nearly 60 to 70% of the world population. No empire in our actual timeline ever matched this reach. They create something new, a bicontinental superpower. This alliance reshapes the entire future. 1. No European Dark Ages. Science remains unbroken. 2. Industrial Revolution happens early, perhaps around 1000 to 1200 CE. 3. Global exploration begins centuries earlier. Roman-Chinese fleets reach Africa and the Americas. 4. A shared writing system evolves. Latin alphabet influences Chinese phonetic writing. 5. Religion changes completely. Buddhism reaches Europe early. Christianity spreads to Asia early. A blended spiritual worldview emerges. 6. The modern world becomes one civilization, not separate East and West, but a unified cultural arc. Rome and China never formed an alliance. But if they had, the world we know today might have been unrecognizable. No medieval collapse, no fragmented continents, no isolated East and West. Instead, a unified ancient world, rising together, a reminder of how fragile history is, and how a single diplomatic mission could have rewritten all of human civilization. Thanks for watching, and remember, history isn't just what happened, it's what could have happened.